America's a business, right?
Mhm.
Laws are bought. So the reason why uh gun laws haven't been changed is because certain senators are being bought by the NRA.
Mhm.
So it's like it come down to money. Like as you say, that unification aspect of it, people still don't realize that their dollar is more powerful than their voice. Hey yo, everybody has a six-figure goal, but they're only thinking of 100 racks, not realizing that six figures goes all the way up to 900K. And I was able to do that with just one digital product in my business. But it's not about how much came in, it's about how much that I missed out on because of information that I did not have. And I don't want you to go through the same thing in your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can take your own IP, your own intellectual property, knowledge and information that you already have, create digital products and digital assets with it. Not only that, but I'm going to teach you the entire framework and system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you don't have to go through the same pitfalls that I had to go through along the way. So go ahead, click the link, and join the masterclass. It is completely free, but spots are limited, so take advantage now. I'll see you on Thursday. Welcome to another episode of It's Credit at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side with me.
Hey, hallelujah, beautiful peoples.
Man, this episode is going to be short. I just wanted to just touch on a topic that I heard on the news this morning. Well, not on the news. I don't watch the news, but I heard the news.
Mhm.
Social media where I get my news from because
Mhm.
it happens in real time. And are you familiar? It was another mass shooting in a
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, right before we started, I was talking to Viv about it, and I was like, we got to finish this conversation later cuz she had a proposal that she feels will be the solution. I'm like, that ain't the solution. And I'll say it when she was
Man,
talking about
but uh, start off with you know prayers go out to and I when people say that prayers go out to, I know it's like a saying, but when I say it, I actually
it.
mean
Mhm.
like I said a prayer for you.
Right, right.
So like when I reach out to people, they going through something or a loss, I'll be like, yo, prayers to the fam. Like I really
Yeah,
said a prayer. It's
same
not
here.
just a saying.
Same
So
here.
like prayers to the everybody affected by that shooting in Tennessee. Was
Mhm.
it in Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville. Yep.
Nashville is one of the cities I think I've been, but I haven't been.
Mm.
Like I think it might have been some school trip or something, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I know I've been to different parts of Tennessee, but
It's one of the
uh, Nashville, Nashville was one of the options I was looking into moving to.
I was about to say it's one of the best cities to live in, and it's one of the best places to be for entertainment.
In 2013, when I was researching the cities to move to,
Hmm.
Nashville was one of them.
Nashville hot. Shout out to them chicken tenders.
First city I looked into was Charlotte, just
Mm.
because like childhood, I didn't know nothing. It's just childhood. I just thought Charlotte was the best place ever, just because I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
Hmm.
My granddaddy, we would go visit my granddaddy in Charlotte. I just thought it was like big city, Charlotte.
Hmm. You
So
know,
I
it's
just
one of like I think it's like top 5 cities for Black wealth.
mm. Well, I just looked, and then it was like, so I was looking at Charlotte, Nashville,
Hmm.
Atlanta, and Houston.
Hmm.
But yeah, but the gun violence in America, people talk about all these things. It's ingrained it's like the foundation of the country. A lot of America's problems are because of what it was built on.
Right.
Other areas of the world, they address the foundation of stuff
Mm.
and then move forward, whereas America's the only place in the world that tells you to forget
Hmm. Yep.
what happened and just go on about everything. And I'm like, it's
And
so
not only
hypocritical.
and look, they not only tell you to forget, they are in the process of making you forget and taking
Yeah,
history
they
out.
intentionally,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they want you to forget the foundation of everything that happened in this country's past, but they don't forget nothing.
Right.
No, I mean my people is out here struggling because they did something in their past
Mm-hmm.
that's still on their record.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, hey, you did this 7 years ago. You can't get this
Can't.
job. Hey, man, just forget about it.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's
You can't. Hey, you wanna purchase this home? I'm sorry. 5 years ago, your credit right here, man. Why can't
right.
y'all
Right.
just forget about it?
5 years ago, you had that little late payment.
Yeah, why can't you just forget about it?
Yeah.
Oh, all these hundreds and hundreds of years of this and that and genocide and this and y'all just forget
Come
about it.
on,
Get
man.
over it. Like
Right.
y'all still talking about this? Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Some of you guys are billionaires now. Like, why are we even discussing this?
Like, come on,
You
guys.
got three
Just forget
rich
about
black
it.
people now. Like, stop it.
But somebody finally makes it and gets canceled over a tweet that they did when they was 14.
Right.
Guys, forget about it. Why y'all?
They tried to get Kevin
But
Hart. He persevered, man.
yeah, but I just wanted to ask you just shortly. I don't want to have a big discussion about it. It's just something that literally happened today. And and then I was appalled to hear, which I already know. I know there's mass shootings happening all the time,
Hmm.
but this is the 129th mass shooting of 2023 so far.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was like, dang, I know they happen all the time, but I ain't know it was 129.
Yeah, like every day.
So for it to be the 129th mass shooting, and I'm thinking there might have been a handful, and it's like it's just so normal
Yeah.
that it don't. And I'm not a parent, so that's why I wanted to ask you. You got a
Hmm.
4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Hmm.
Like, do y'all feel comfortable sending your kids off to school?
Um, honestly, bro, I never thought about it until last year. I was dropping Shiloh and Ivy off, and yeah, for whatever reason, I'm walking out of the school, and I'm like, cause they got like double doors, like and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I just thought to myself, do they have any type of like protection for anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I was like, man, that's crazy. I gotta even think about that. This is a school with toddlers and babies.
Hmm.
But it's a real thought though, because
It
it
was an elementary school that got shot up.
yeah, I know. I know. Like,
Your oldest will be in elementary school in 2 years.
yep. Yep. So that's definitely something that I think about a lot. And what I used to think about, okay, which one is more effective? Public schools or private schools?
The
But
private school's the one that got shot up.
exactly. So it's like everything that I thought I knew is just all out the window. And it's just like, I don't know, bro. You get put in a vicarious position to be like try to figure out what does that mean? Because we know we're not gonna isolate our children. We know the country ain't about to change with the gun laws. So what does the future look like?
Why is the country not going to change with the gun laws? That's the question people need to ask
Bec-
themselves to start coming up with solutions.
because I say it like this. Like I don't say it like I'm accepting what it is. I'm saying it like certain things have to take place before that can happen. So like you were just talking about like how the country is built upon certain foundations, right? So
Hmm.
it's just like if you got somebody who's out of shape, I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, you for sure can run a 26-mile marathon." But if you show me that you've been running and working out, and I see that, then I'll start to believe that you may be able to do that. So the country got to change its foundation and principles before that will change.
But how does the country change?
I think accountability and the people coming together as one unit to say enough is enough.
See, I don't think that's the answer at all.
What do you think the answer is?
Money.
And how so though? Because you
So I
still
talk
because
about money for everything because money is the answer to like most things.
yeah, for sure. But still, even with that being said, there has to be unity in the implementation of whatever that strategy is to affect the money. You can't have three people saying, "All right, we're gonna affect the money," because that ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. But laws are bought. America's a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laws are bought. So the reason why uh gun laws haven't been changed is because certain senators are being bought by the NRA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it come down to money. Like as you say, that unification aspect of it, people still don't realize that their dollar is more powerful than their voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, no,
So
I
so if
agree
they can be
100%.
so if they can be bought, other cultures of other subcultures or cultures, people, whatever you want to put it, I've realized this and they buy certain laws. That's why certain things happen for certain people at a faster pace because they're purchasing these things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like if certain people are getting their pockets lined to not change gun control laws, because I know there's gonna be people that be like, well, people kill people, not guns. Yeah, you're right. Like if it ain't gun, it's gonna be something else. It's been since the beginning of time we've been killing each other,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm like, yeah, I got a better. I think you said it before in the past, like, yo, I'm taking my chances on if a dude got 10 knives
Oh
than
yeah,
one
for sure,
gun,
for
right?
sure. I
So,
feel better in that fight. Like,
but it's like, cause think of how quickly things change. September 11th happened. September 11th, 2001.
hmm almost 22 years. That's crazy.
I've never, the only airport I know is post 9/11.
hmm
I've never been on a plane where you didn't have to walk through TSA and the metal detectors and possibly get patted down and
hmm
have your bags go through the X-ray and all this stuff. I don't know a time other than that.
Right.
But they said literally one day before 9/11, you could not get checked, walk all the way to the gate. If a parent could walk their child to the gate,
hmm
a husband can walk their wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, hug at the gate, say your goodbyes, give a kiss goodbye at the gate, and
hmm
go. Now you can't even walk past. You can walk somebody
To
to the
TSA.
TSA,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
and then it might really you can walk somebody to the ticketing
hmm
spot.
Checking in.
That happened instantly. Why? One thing so it took one tr- what's the word I'm searching for?
Traumatic
Tragic,
event.
traumatic event. Took one traumatic event for that to instantly change.
hmm
They still ain't realized that we still ain't had that one mass shooting yet that makes like them be like, okay, we gotta change this. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like the when Columbine happened all them years ago,
hmm
if that was handled how 9/11 was handled, this wouldn't be an issue today.
Right. Yep.
For schools at least.
hmm Yeah.
Cause think none of that. What I know the airport, I can't tell you what the airports were from personal experience
Right.
before. I think first time I ever got on a plane was
As you?
maybe 2000s. I was in prep school.
Mm, mhm.
So I think maybe the first time I got on a plane was like '06.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as far as all these checkpoints, like imagine if that happened when Columbine happened.
Right. Yeah, that type
Okay,
of response.
we can't have this happen again. Okay, we need metal detectors. We need armed security. We need blah blah blah. We need this. We need that.
Mhm.
Like they did with 9/11.
Mhm.
I think something similar. I could be wrong. History checkers check my history, but I think something similar happened in the UK one time, and they took all these precautions so it
Mm.
won't happen again.
Mhm. Yeah, it's yeah, cuz I've even thought about like going back to the money conversation. I've even thought about the people who have the influence. Cuz like let me ask you, who would you say has the biggest influence on the people of America? Like what type of like what group of people?
Celebrities.
Yep, celebrities and entertainers. So I'm like, I always think to like sports figures mainly because
Mhm.
that touches a huge group of people, all walks of people. If collectively everybody was like, we're not swinging another bat, we're not shooting another jump shot, we're not throwing a football, we're not putting pads on, we're not kicking the soccer, we're not doing anything until it changes.
That'll never happen.
That will never happen. But I'm just saying, I think of that type of movement is probably the only thing that could create enough to change the needle and change the narrative
Because
because
they would have to suffer. So it's like that basketball player that's getting 70 million this year. All right, I ain't playing to y'all. It's a lot to ask somebody.
I know, but it's still is that's why I'm like that's why I say unification is the first step
And then
because
outside of that, the somebody that's gotten to a point where they're getting 60, 70 million a year, it's a lot easier for them to say, what about the dude that's getting 2 million,
yeah,
1.1? The NFL player that's getting 450,000.
yeah, but it still come down to even I ain't said this before, but sacrifice as well. Like if we think about any of the changes in like the civil rights movements and stuff with boycotting and all that, people were sacrificing the ability to get to work by way of buses and stuff. You
I
know what I'm
don't
saying?
want to get. I don't want to get too into. I ain't about to go deep. I'm just asking.
No, that
I'm
ain't
just
deep. I'm just saying
put
that's
a nah,
sacrifices.
nah, cause what the example you just used, I'm kind of. What did the civil rights movement really do for us? I ain't gonna. I'm not
Oh,
gonna. I'm not
that
gonna
yeah,
get
see, yeah,
into
you had yeah, you had some deeper thoughts.
it.
Like you was like,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not
nah,
going.
nah.
Yeah, I ain't going to. But it's like the money's there. Think
To grease the
they.
politicians, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying the money's there to change everything.
Yeah.
Like, think, where did they get the money to implement all this stuff immediately into every airport?
Oh yeah, the money's always there.
Uh, they get all this money to uh, they get all this money to fund Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
They get all this. How much billions did we get to Ukraine?
Bro, billions and billions and
Like
billions.
tens of billions, I
Yeah.
believe. So
And can't get nothing in Flint because we ain't got enough money.
yeah, but it's like
Mm.
Flint can't drink water,
Yeah.
or you can't put these procedures in place at schools, or
Free
You know
healthcare.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. The list goes on and on.
So it's like the money's there, and then on top of that, like you can train teachers to be armed at school, right? But then I know one side of that, a parent may feel, well, what if the teacher snaps,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you have armed security there, trained, trained on whether it be off duty police officers, whatever. But I was thinking this, I'm like, look, we got all this extra money that we just be printing out of nowhere. You
Hmm.
know, dollar only got value because we think it does.
Right. Because
Really,
it ain't
if
backed by
everybody
nothing.
unified and didn't believe that it that it was worth nothing, it literally the whole country would collapse
Hmm.
because it's nothing. 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 bands. Everybody has a six-figure goal, but they're thinking too small. They're only thinking of 100 bands, not realizing that six figures goes all the way up to 900K. And I was able to do that in my business with just one digital product. But it's not about how much came in, it's about how much that I lost out on because of information that I did not have. And I do not want you to go through the same thing on your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can create and scale digital products and digital assets. But not only that, I'm giving you the entire framework and system to take your own intellectual property, your own IP, get it in the right system to scale. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. So go ahead, click the link, and join me this upcoming Thursday for the masterclass. See you soon. But we got all these jobless veterans that are trained,
Hmm.
that have a mentality to serve people.
Hmm.
They have a mentality to serve the country. You talk to a vet, they're proud
Hmm.
and would love to have the responsibility
Hmm.
to protect and serve.
Hmm.
So you got all these all these veterans out here that helped the country, fought for freedom, whatever you want to put it, that literally cannot get a job. Put them as security in the school.
Hmm.
The ones that are mentally
Yeah,
stable,
I was
like of
I was
course
just about to say, yeah,
have some checks and balances,
yeah,
some mental evaluations and whatnot.
yeah.
But
We don't want the school bell going. I'm like, what?
yeah, like yeah, I ain't saying everybody's fit,
Yeah.
but something. And then the money aspect too. I was like, and that's why I say I want to ask a parent, or maybe we can have a deeper conversation off camera one day.
Mhm.
But I'm just like, I don't have kids, but I'm thinking if I did have kids, I would think homeschool.
Mhm.
But then I'm like, that's a financial burden.
Well, I
So I'm
mean,
like, money would be the answer
for
for
that
that
too,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
Because people don't realize you don't have to. I get the
Social.
either either a parent teach in school or bring somebody in, but I'm like, even the parent teaching in school, that also requires money because the household needs to be making enough to whereas one of the parents could just take
Mhm.
5 6 hours out the day to
Yep. And the parent got to be willing to,
yeah,
you know. I know we definitely would just, of course, cuz honestly, what we see, but that's the only thing. Like the types of schools that we have been putting, like, Shiloh and Avi in and stuff like that, like they're private preschools or whatever, but the
which
curriculum,
is crazy to me.
yeah,
But
but the curriculum is like bro, Shiloh did a 30-minute play the other day. Like it's like it's for certain development outside of just like reading
Yeah.
and books and stuff like that. So that aspect, if we were to start homeschooling her, we would rob her of that. So it'd be
But
stuff like
I
that.
get that, but I'm saying, but things of that nature can be done outside of school.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like she go to Dada twice a week.
So when I'm saying the social element of it, if I think of myself, since day one of my school, none of my friends went to my school. I've
Mm,
never had that experience. Because now, which I was talking about it with my pops a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, it'd be nice if I grew up in how school is now in my like where I'm from. You
mm,
know, I always played sports. So and even before sports was like a thing for school, because you know, elementary school, you know, got elementary school sports teams and stuff, right?
mm.
But I never went to my school district.
Right.
I
I
could never just
understand.
ride the bus to school. I could never just walk to school since first grade. So it's like, say if I got my actual friends that I hang out with and see day to day and stuff, or weekenders go to their house or whatever, play video games, there were nobody that I went to school with.
Mm,
So it's like I always had school friends, and I always had like real friends. But those school people, we never hung out outside of school.
mm,
Only got like a year and a half window with that in high school. Because when my mama finally got a house, it was in the school district that I went to.
mm,
And some of those guys, we had formed friendships outside, like I was hanging out with them. Then as soon as I left school, that school and went to my second school, it kind of fizzled out. Then
mm,
all my friends ended up being like on the north side of town. Like my friends that I still got to this day, they are
mm.
from the north side of my city. So I'm just like, in social aspect, I'm just using that as an example. I'm like, you can still a kid can still be around kids and not be at school
Yeah, that's true.
through extracurricular activities.
Mm,
You know, if you happen to live in a neighborhood that got kids, go to the park, sports,
yeah.
you know. But I don't know, man. I just was wondering, like, it's somebody with kids and kids that go to school,
Mm.
and it's crazy to hear me say, like, you say, Ivy, a 2 year old goes to school. I'm like, what school does a 2 year old go to?
Montessori.
But I don't know. I just want to have just a brief, like, what does a parent think right now?
Yeah, so it's a balance of terror and don't be fearful. You just gotta figure something out. Because these are terrorist activities that are taking place on our homeland, and people just be acting like the US is just like, oh, the greatest country in the world. But if there's no other place in the world that has this, especially at this clip.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, there's no other place in the world that has this.
Of course,
Like
there's
we,
always the good and the bad, but I'm just saying, in
but
regards to our bad,
does the bad outweigh the good, or does the good outweigh the bad?
the good outweighs
Because
the bad.
I still don't think I will want to live anywhere else.
No, me either. But I'm just speaking to how, as a country, I'll say, we are blind to what we consider to be the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like our
Mm,
bad is terrible. And I say that to just literally just comparing our bad to what a lot of the world faces in regards to violence, gun violence specifically, since that's what we're talking about.
yeah,
And we just be acting like these other countries, these third world countries, and all, we just be acting like, oh, it's just so crazy over there. Like, man, look at your home soil and how we over here having a podcast about school shootings. and it's been over 100 of them, and it's March.
Yeah. That's why I'm like when I travel and stuff, if I go out the country, my parents and stuff, or I mean my granny, she would hear I was somewhere and be tell them be careful, it's dangerous. I'm like,
Y'all know where we live at?
"Mm, hey,
Ah,
like I feel safe. Like
man.
one spot that I have thought about possibly could move to is Dubai.
Mhm,
But at the same time, I'm like, it ain't my I'm gonna have to go back because the time I went, it was like for a mastermind. So I
mhm,
couldn't really do everything I just wanted to do and I just wanted to see.
mhm.
I guess I could have made time, but I'm tired and doing
Yeah.
excursions with the group and stuff. But just as far as Dubai's, I'm confident in saying Dubai is probably the safest place in the world
Mm, mhm,
by design. Like they made it, and everybody from Dubai, like people they don't know. Like I got a post going viral right now on social media about how I'm saying like it's different in Dubai than somewhere else, and people like, oh, you
mhm.
confusing it with it. People don't know Dubai's a newer place.
Right.
Like I went, they got a museum. I'm thinking that I'm gonna see like some Dubai history. It's a museum of the future. They don't got no
Yeah,
history.
they built Dubai the last 30 years.
Yeah, they don't got no history. I knew that, but I didn't. It didn't click with me
Mhm.
until I'm like, oh, this is the museum of the future because you have no past.
Right.
So people be like, Dubai, you can do it. You can do it. Somebody, oh, you're not allowed to see their faces out there. That's what somebody just said in my comments the other day. Women can't show their faces. I'm like, yes, you can't. People from all over live in Dubai.
Mhm,
They built it to be a come here. There's no people from there.
mhm.
Except for the new babies, new kids and stuff that's came since people
Right.
moved there. You got people from all over living like my man's from Spain's is
Mhm,
moving there with his family and stuff. But then on the flip side of it, I think, and I've asked my man's the same thing about his kids, his specifically his son. But I was like, because my guy that's moving there, he's got a checkered past.
mhm,
He's been in the streets, he's been to prison, he's dealt with a crime element and stuff, right?
mhm,
So I'm like, there's certain life experiences that he's seen, and the world is a real place.
mhm,
I was like, okay, you raising a family in Dubai. Are you afraid that they won't know how life is,
mhm, mhm.
or is that a plus?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, that's
because think you go to somewhere where there's literally no crime element.
mhm.
I'm like that bubble. If you was to ever leave that bubble, I'm like, would you be able to maneuver? Like, are you ever gonna get? Would you know how to act if you do happen to get punched in the face somewhere?
Yeah, I mean,
Or would
yeah, that's
it?
I think yeah, that's like the age old like, like I grew up this way, like you said, and my kids coming up privileged. So there's like this battle of wanting them to feel what I feel. But I think
No, I don't mean feel what he feel as far as like going to jail, going doing time and dealing in the streets and stuff. I'm just saying the aspect of like, think the world's already. Not, I can't speak for the world because I'm America.
mhm,
We already soft,
mhm,
and when I say soft, I mean that like negatively.
mhm,
We like just people have gotten soft. Everybody's so sensitive to everything. You can't mistakenly say something.
right.
Like I
You
was listening about we started out talking about the school shooting. I was listening to the Breakfast Club this morning
mhm,
talk about it. That's how I got my news from it about it. and say that they're reporting that it was a trans person that did the
Right,
shooting,
right. Mhm,
right? Charlemagne said, Charlemagne said, now with this woman that did this shooting, or this guy that did this shooting, and he was like, you
mhm,
could tell he didn't know what to say. And then he flat out just said, "Man, if y'all get mad at me about getting it wrong right now, then y'all thinking about the wrong thing."
mhm,
Because he just knows as people are going to get mad about them saying a trans woman shot up a school,
mhm.
and he don't know whether to say he or she.
Yeah.
People are getting outrage about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Versus, I told you I got one of my mentees. He's uh what's the word? Non-binary.
Mhm.
Is that the
Oh,
proper
yeah,
word?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I like the way that he received it, because he's sending me a message. I was greeting him, telling him like I'm excited to work with you. And I say, like, something I say is my man. I say my man or my guy.
Mhm.
About I say my man. I'm like, yo, excited to work with you, my man. And then I'm looking at his social profiles and stuff, and seeing that he doesn't go by gender and stuff. And then I sent him a message like, yo, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I didn't know. I
Mhm.
just my man, something I say. He was like, yo, no problem. I get it. Like I like that he's like, no, I understand. You
Yeah.
not used to it. You just see me. That's what you said. Whereas somebody else will be like, you should.
Yeah, flipping, tripping, doing the most, yeah.
So when I say soft, I just use that as an example, but we're just soft in general. Like, we just get so offended by every little,
Everything, yeah.
every little thing. Like,
Mhm.
I can see somebody has an A at the end of their name, and I can say Janiqua, and she might say, it's Janiqua. Like, you need to learn how to say, like, hey, yo, most people, they have a six-figure goal, but they're thinking too small. They're only thinking of 100 bands. You're thinking too small. We need to be thinking big. Six figures goes up to 900K. And I was able to do that in my business with just one digital product. But it's not about how much bread came in. It's about how much that I lost out on because of information that I did not have. And I do not want the same thing to happen to you along your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can take your already existing skills and information that you already have, your own intellectual property, your IP, create digital products and digital assets with them. Not only that, but I'm giving you the entire framework, strategies, and system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, so you don't have to go through the same pitfalls that I had to go through along the way. So go ahead, click the link and register for the masterclass, and I will see you this upcoming Thursday. And it's like we've just become so soft that when something does happen, I'll be like, are we as a people going to be able to
Handle it.
handle it?
Yeah.
China ain't soft, Russia ain't soft. Them seem to be the two that we always worried about, right?
Mhm.
Them aliens, if they do something, I'm pretty sure they ain't soft.
Uh, well,
Like, what we gonna do?
hey, we we gonna see. That's what we gonna do. We gonna see.
So that's the only reason why I said that aspect of the why I wouldn't what question to live in Dubai, because it's like it's such a soft place.
Yeah.
And if a kid's raised up in that, like, if you get out of that, like, would you know what to do if you face some adversity?
No, but in that moment, you'll learn from it.
And that's why I said
If
specifically
if the
his
moment
son.
happens.
That's why I said in more specific of his son, just because I was thinking more so like physical
Right, right. That's what I'm about to say. Cause
adversity. Not that a girl and a woman can't get in a fight, but
yeah,
you walk around as a man, a threat of physical altercation arises way more in your life day to day than your
for sure.
wife's.
For sure, for sure.
On the added fact of you moving around by yourself, imagine if you got your wife or your family around you and stuff too. It's like even heightened because if something goes down, you gotta protect them and stuff
Mhm.
outside of protecting yourself as a black man every single day.
Yep. Every day, man.
So, but man, we're gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to just have a. I know y'all usually used to the entrepreneurial talk, which I guess we had a little bit because it
Yeah,
all comes down
we
to
did.
money.
Yeah.
But but it's just I don't know. I think these conversations should just be had more because people don't ever even be in the thought process of these things until they happen.
Mhm.
That's why I wanted to ask you because I'm like, I ain't got no kids, but I think of my little cousins and stuff.
Mhm.
And my little cousin Aubrey, she's gonna be 7 in August. That's the first person I thought. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
Aubrey be going to school. Or my other cousins, but I got a couple other little cousins in like the age frame of your kids, but they live in France.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like Aubrey's mom was brother and sister. I'm like, it's crazy what she has to think about here. But my cousin that lives in France, well, they in Italy right now, but
Mhm.
home base is the south of France,
Mhm.
uh, Nice.
Mhm.
What if you ever go south of France, which I'm sure you'll go some point sooner than later? It's all I don't even know why they got it separated. Like it's
It's
all
all right there. Yeah.
yeah, Nice, Antibes, Cannes, like Cannes Film Festival and stuff. It's
Mhm.
all right there, bro. It's just this sign makes everything way more expensive in Cannes because it says "Welcome to Cannes." Then,
That's how it is in Italy, Positano and stuff. Amalfi Coast, same way.
but Europe, but Europe, just period, everything's super close.
Mhm.
It's small. That's why like people there, they're ignorant to the certain stuff over here. I saw some posts of this some European person just sounding dumb talking about how Americans are dumb. She's like, they wouldn't even know the flags, like different countries' flags.
Mhm.
And I heard her say that, and I was like, you dummy wouldn't even know. You don't even know that all the states have a flag.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to tell me the state flag of Wyoming.
I wouldn't even be able to tell
But how
you that.
America is, that's why it's the United States of America. America's states are bigger than countries
Yeah.
over there.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just where they packaged them all up and made them one country versus what they would deem to be states or even counties,
Mhm. Yeah.
or depending on where you at, parishes in Louisiana.
Mhm.
They countries. And that's one reason why we can't all get together too. Because take I live in Texas. Operates
Like
Texas
a
does its
separate
best to
entity.
operate as its own country.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's another reason why stuff can't get in that united, like you said, that united front, because it's like you got 50 separate countries
Yeah. Exactly.
basically,
With their own interests. Yeah.
yeah, acting like it's one
Mhm.
instead of.
Man.
But y'all, man, just love your people, pray over your kids, and really, man, it's sad that you can't
Yeah. Sometimes you ain't got nothing. Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do, bro.
love your
And
kids, man.
I'll say, and just don't take life for granted.
Facts.